Alright. Hey, what's going on YouTube? I am back with another terpene review, finally. So I was trying to find something other than true terpenes. Loosely followed some other ones here and there, but I actually found these guys on Amazon, strangely enough, and got these on Amazon. They have their own website and whatnot, but it's from a place called East Coast Terpenes. So they're from... I think it said the package came from like Connecticut, actually. So basically, yeah, I just saw these terpenes online. I saw their sour diesel, white widow. I got their little sample trio. I'll be doing separate reviews of each, but I'm starting with the sour diesel of the three. So basically, when I looked into these, I was under the false impression thinking that these were actually cannabis-derived terpenes. These are not. I figured, I ordered them anyway. Why not give it a shot? So, and here we got this little, basically sample pack. I noticed compared to True Terpenes really did it, nice with the packaging, the bottle. They give you a little mini dropper. This just came in like a box. This just came in a box like this, pretty much just with these packs thrown in. And there wasn't any dropper, there wasn't any added, there really wasn't anything other added in. So they're these little, these little vials here, 1 milliliter. It was $30 for the three. So basically $10 per milliliter, which, I mean, not too bad. Definitely smell the limonene. I feel like ever since I started messing with terpenes, and limonene being the first one, it really stands out to me more than other. But it's definitely balanced out with some other terpenes. I can't quite put my finger on what terpene that is that's balancing it out, but it smells nice. Like a citrusy soap, kind of. I don't want to mean soap in such a bad way. I mean, it's not like, I don't know if the taste is going to come across like soap. I doubt that. But it has that kind of, I don't know if I'd say florally, but there's something cutting that sort of citrus vibe down a little bit. Making it a little bit more on like kind of the perfumey side of things a little bit more. But I just have to check what terpenes. Does it say on the front? Yeah, no, it just says botanical derived terpenes. All right, I'll check the website. All right, here's the front page for the Dow Diesel, and here is their flavor profile they're describing. So basically, the limonene, a little citrus with a little bit of the diesel earth and some spicy. I don't really get spicy, but earth and diesel, I could see where that comes in, cutting a little bit of that lemon, where some of those smells might be coming in. Here's the actual terpene ingredient list. That I can see how how the smell would come across with that type of blend the way it did. So yeah. So basically, what I'm gonna do here, get this dropper in, show you me actually making the cart. All right, we got give it a good old 5-6 drops here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 is definitely, I feel like 6 should provide plenty of flavor to go with. Usually 5 is decent enough, at least with the true terpenes. But 6, I'm gonna give it 6, just to really make sure it's in there. Now that it's mixed in, I got to give it that 15 minutes, let it set in, and we'll be back with filling the cart and the taste test. All right, it has been about that time, and we are going to get this set up. Need to get this quick. This is nice and hot. Same with the cart itself. You want to keep them as hot as, well, not as hot as possible, but Definitely warm. One of the first major rookie mistakes I did building carts was forgetting to warm the syringe and thinking it would be okay, because it is not. It cools down. Delta 8 particularly is a certain harder, kind of thicker consistency. Nice color there. Well, you don't have the syringe hot. Delta 8's pretty thick consistency. It's pretty like a taffy kind of thing going on. So it's pretty hard once it cools down, especially trying to get it through a syringe. So it's kind of a nightmare. And then trying to reheat that in a toaster oven. Cart of sour diesel from East Coast Terpenes, set up with my Delta 8, a little bit of THCO mixture. Pretty much just my standardized. I do this same ratio with all of these reviews. Mostly Delta 8 with a little bit of THCO, helps kind of thin it out. All right. So got it set up, ready to go. And we are at the 2.8 volt. Okay, that didn't do anything. East Coast Terpene, sour diesel, down the hatch. Cheers. That beta carotene definitely coming through. I've dabbed straight beta carotene before, and so it's the flavor is very distinctly familiar to me, and it's really on that back end. You really taste that beta carotene. I don't know though. I don't know how true it is to sour diesel. See, when I usually get sour diesel, it's usually kind of a mix of. Sometimes it's on the gassy range, which is how I initially tried it and got onto it. I love gas. I love gas flavors, that sort of thing. Sometimes I just want to seem like I'm inhaling fuel for some reason. Some of those strains, those are my jam. They're kind of nice, like balanced upper strains for me. So as in like they get me going for the day. But then others end up in the more. Maybe in the citrusy kind of range, a little bit more on that end, and not really so much the gas. And this is kind of that range. I don't really get much in the way of gas. This actually seems pretty basic terpene flavor-wise, especially compared to true terpenes. Yeah, a lot of the other flavors are kind of more in the background, trying to be complementary. They give a little bit of something else in there, but for the most part, the flavors I'm getting through here come from the limonene and the beta carotene. It's very much more of a tamed down citrus flavor with that kind of. I don't even know really what to compare it to. There isn't really a food or anything to compare it to. Like perfume is the closest thing I can think of, but it's not really. I don't know if I could like point to a particular perfume brand and be like, that's the smell. It's just like a lot of the other terpenes, they come out right in the front and they're very subtle mixing and they add to that perfume flavor. And this just reminds me totally of some of the terpene mixtures that I made for myself years ago before this whole craze even happened. This was just me messing with terpene flavors myself. I think I spent like $150 or $200 on the true terpenes, like little. They sent it in like an insulated paint can, but it gave like, I think it was like 12 ounces of different like base terpenes to go by. And so it came with like, I can't remember all of them. There was like 5 or 6, but beta carotene, linalool, limonene for sure. I remember I played around a lot with those, and humulene. Actually, no, I think humulene wasn't in there. I think that was one I wanted, but it wasn't in there. But definitely got me really familiar with those base 3, which is some of the most predominant terpenes. Aside, myrcene was in there. That's right. Myrcene as well, one of the more predominant terpenes. So yeah, definitely reminds me of that. Very beta caryophyllene. So so I mean, not nearly as expensive as true terpenes. There really aren't a crazy amount of brands that sell terpene blends in the first place. This one being an easy, I mean, it's on Amazon, it's simple, but is it as good as true terpenes? No. This seems like you're on the right track, and I'll definitely try and give some other flavors a try. Aside from these sample packs, I feel like I'm gonna try a little bit more just to really give it the brand a good chance. But this first impression, it seemed pretty just kind of basic. I don't know. It just seems like such a starter. Like I said, I've made flavors years ago that tasted exactly like this with the blends I made. And it's just not the same. It doesn't really give off that same feeling. I definitely don't feel, I mean, it's getting me decently high, but it's not the same either. I'm not nearly as high as I feel like I would be with the pineapple diesel or even the double bubble OG. I feel like the double bubble OG gets me pretty good, and that's just botanical terpenes too. But this blend, yeah, I mean, it adds something. I'm definitely higher than if I didn't add any terpenes at all, but it's all right. I mean, it adds something. So I mean, can't really knock it for that. It's trying something. I see where it's going, but what would be the score I would give it if I had to compare it to true terpenes? True terpenes being like, I feel like sort of the 9, 10, the nice upper echelon of terpene manufacturer, like the terpene providers. I feel like this is a little bit more middle of the road, like a 7.5. I mean, it's like ultimately would I really recommend sour diesel out of their brand? Probably not really. Not unless you really like those specific beta caryophyllene limiting flavor. That's other than that, I don't know. But then again, there's tons of flavors that East Coast Terpenes has been able to make that I have yet to try, and they have a whole variety. So I definitely want to try the sweeter side, the sweeter strains, that sort of thing. Definitely different flavors, see how they're able to make that work. But yeah, so I think this sour diesel is going to be a 7 out of 10 here. So in any case, if you do like these reviews, I'm definitely going to have plenty more in the future. Please like, subscribe, ring that bell. You have a great rest of your day.